It's day 2 of this experiment where I attempt to bring you 10 minutes of content daily, and I'm already thinking that might just be too much for everything else I've got going on in my life. I haven't given up yet, but I have feelings of foreboding about that. Anyway, let's get to today's episode. Hello and welcome to Like You Care. I'm Brian Johnson. One of the many ideas I've had for a YouTube channel in the past is that of film critic, movie reviewer. There are other people who seem to enjoy doing that. I enjoy watching movies and discussing them. Making movies is something I really want to do with my life. It is my top dream, actually, is to make movies. For 3 years, I was a paid movie critic for a local magazine. They paid me. It was exciting. They paid me to go to the movies, watch them, and write about what I saw. Short of actually making movies, that was really an ideal little moneymaker there at the time. Having said all that, I don't know that I have the time in my life to do a full channel of regular content about film reviews. That will be one of the questions I answer for myself in putting on Like You Care from February to November. As we go, I will sometimes use my episodes to review movies. If I see a movie I like or one that I really want to trash, I will take that episode, take those 10 minutes to talk about it. Today what I want to talk about is a project that I'm going to start based on a gift that somebody gave me. And it is this poster behind me, the top 100 movies. A friend of mine named Carson gave it to me for my birthday a couple years ago now. And my office has been such a mess, which we may do an episode about, by the way, that I've never known where to put it. I've kept it in its box since it's paper. It's not like a framed, it's not something you can... If I got it out of the box too early, it might get crushed. So I kept it in its box until I finally painted my office. I put everything on the walls and I went, I have no space for this thing. So it is tacked to the door leading into my office. And I'm going to go ahead and watch these. When you watch them, it's a little scratch off. You scratch it off and there's a graphic underneath. So it's just kind of a little game to do. It's not just a list of movies. Go see these and check them off when you see them. You actually scratch. And I'm going to watch through these, and whenever I watch one, I will report back to you on what I thought of it. Now, I've already seen some of them, so the first issue I had to ask myself is, do I want to start over, or do I want to go ahead and scratch off the ones I've already seen? For now, I'm going to try starting over, meaning if I've already seen something on here, I have to watch it again now that this has been posted. Anything I saw before I posted this doesn't count. If for any reason, like I actually do finally get to start making a movie, life gets hugely busy, family tragedy, something like that, if it just takes too long, I may reach a point where I go, you know what, I have seen that already. But now what I want to do is evaluate what I see here. And I want to stress that none of this is me being in any way ungrateful to Carson for this. I'm happy I have this. It will be fun. But I have to ask myself, and I actually went to the internet to the company that made it to see if they could answer it, and they don't have an answer on their website. The question that I am asking is, who made this list? Who decided that these were the top 100 movies? Apparently, it says the Ultimate Collection. So apparently, whoever made it believed that these were the top 100 movies of all time. Like beating out all the other. Cinema has been around now for over 100 years. So beating out the thousands, maybe tens of thousands. If we count international as well, the tens of thousands of movies that have been made at least. I don't know. I mean, are we up to hundreds of thousands? 100 years, 1,000 a year, counting worldwide, quite possibly over 100,000 movies. It's gotta be. But anyway, let me pick some out here. Now they have some legitimate ones. They have Citizen Kane. And I know a lot of younger people who see that because they understand they're supposed to watch that. And they go, that was boring. I don't believe Citizen Kane is the most entertaining movie, but it certainly was groundbreaking. It's pivotal to the world of filmmaking. So, they've got some good choices on here. They have some very, I'm trying to find one that really has me going, yes, I agree, I totally agree. So a lot of this is kind of debatable, and some of them, of course, the Shawshank Redemption, everybody has the Shawshank Redemption on their list. I'm not sure why, it wasn't even my favorite, but Snatch by Guy Ritchie. I've seen Snatch. It was entertaining. It was fun. But beating out tens of thousands of other movies, the top 100? No, I'm afraid I have to disagree. Guardians of the Galaxy, another fun movie. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that movie. It was charming. It was entertaining. It was clever. The dialogue was good. It was well made on the production level, special effects and editing and all of that. But not one of the top 100 of all time. The Avengers, the first one, the one's called Marvel's The Avengers, directed by Joss Whedon. No. I mean, just no. It's not one of the top 100 movies of all time. Dirty Dancing. Okay, now, same thing as the others. No. But I'm going to change my no to definitely not. Of all time? No. 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 That movie had so many issues on so many levels. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Entertaining. So, a lot of these that I'm complaining about being on this list, I liked them, but the more I look at this, the more this was made by some fanboy or something. I don't know what term I want. There's somebody who maybe took half a semester of a film studies degree and then quit and took what little knowledge he had and went, I can tell you what the 100 greatest movies are. The other quibble I have is this, The Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings was 3 movies, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. I know that when Tolkien wrote it, he wanted it to be one big book, and his publisher insisted on splitting it up into 3. So the people who have the argument that The Lord of the Rings is one book, I quibble about that, but I can kind of see their point. The Lord of the Rings is definitely, without argument, there is no alternate argument. It is 3 movies. It has 3 different MPAA licensing numbers at the end, in the end credits. All right, you had to buy 3 tickets to see it. It's 3 separate movies. So what we actually have is the 100, and if this counts as the Fellowship of the Ring, then we have Two Towers and The Return of the King. So it should be actually the top 102 movies. And then we get to Kill Bill. Now I know Quentin Tarantino wanted it to be one big movie, but the studio said no, split it into Volume 1 and Volume 2. They have 2 separate registration numbers in the MPAA. You had to buy 2 tickets to see it. So again, if this square counts for Volume 1, then we have to add Volume 2. So we're up to 103 top movies. So that part isn't even correct. There may be another one. I haven't sat and actually read line by line through this thing. I'm just kind of glancing at it. Ever since I've gotten out of the box, I've never just looked. I think I've looked at everything. I think I've seen every title. And the very first one that I'll be watching is down here in this corner, Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. As I record this, it is Groundhog Day. As I post it, it will be Groundhog Day. I thought about actually making Groundhog Day or reviewing Groundhog Day for today's episode, but I realized, no, the first thing I want to do is talk about this poster. And I know, because of my appreciation for Groundhog Day, I want all 10 of my minutes for discussing that movie. I didn't want to do, 3 minutes of this poster and 7 minutes of Groundhog Day or something like that. I want to just, so tune in tomorrow for my thoughts on Harold Ramis's Groundhog Day starring Bill Murray, at which point I will get to scratch off the first little square on my poster. So thank you to Carson. Thank you for watching. That's today's episode of Like You Care, and I'll see you tomorrow.